Welcome back to Jenkins Boat Works. I am Chuck Jenkins. In this episode, we're going to use Total Boat's Penetrating Epoxy and see if we can get a coat on the coaming and the deck. Now first I have to make sure it's clean, so I use denatured alcohol and also some microfiber cloths to make sure we got all the sawdust and everything off before we try to use the epoxy. Okay, so I just got this penetrating epoxy from Total Boat, which is the Jamestown Distributors own brand. And I've heard good things about this penetrating epoxy, and so to get some buildup for my varnish, like on the coaming here, we're going to put this on first, let it get into the wood, and then we can go to varnish on top of it. Don't need that. So they sent me some of these cups too, and they've got markings on here for how you can mix 2 to 1. I was confused about the 2 to 1 for a second, because there's like 2 columns in the 2 to 1 thing. 2 to 1, but you just stay in one lane. Stay in your lane. So like I'm just going to try this out because I don't know how fast it's going to go off. Now I'm going to go 2 of the resin and then up to 3 for the hardener. Then we'll mix it up real good. Okay, so easy to use, 2 to 1, no VOC, super deep penetration. That's what we want. Okay, so I'm not quite to the 2. Well, that's going to mix up a lot. This doesn't go off fast. Okay, yeah, so I'm right on the 2. Okay, and here's the hardener. Don't drink it. Okay. These little foil things on the top are a complete total pain in the butt to get off of here. That's a refreshing change. You ever do that with antifreeze? You're trying to get the dang thing off of there, and you got a little piece of foil all over the driveway? Yeah. Okay, now I can't screw this up. I got to take this up to the 3. So I'm at the 2, and I'm going to the 3. That should be it. I make my own stir sticks. I got a little piece of mahogany here. We're going to stir this for 2 minutes. I'm going to do the deck, coaming boards, and hope this doesn't go off before I used all this up. Man, I mixed up a lot. I probably shouldn't have mixed up quite so much. All right, well, if it starts going off, that's going to look nice. Oh, here, I got a watch. I can tell what time it is. So it's probably been going for 20 seconds already, at least. You really do want to make sure you get it mixed up good. You do not want this to not go off. I cleaned everything down real good with a tack cloth, and then tack cloth. I've been trying to think of that all day. I went to the hardware store and I told the girl I want some kind of cloth that picks up dust, and she goes, "Oh, microfiber." And I was like, "Okay, that's not what I call it. I call it tack cloth." And then all afternoon I couldn't think of what it was. I even Googled it, still couldn't find it. And now I just went to talk about it, and then I was suddenly able to access that file. How long has it been? Okay, that's a minute since I looked at my watch the first time. We'll go one more minute. The weather's good. I'm in the garage. It's not cooled. I've got the door open, and it's probably 80, 82 degrees, something like that in here. I'm going to scrape around the sides here, but it's not really hanging up there at all anyway. I feel like it's probably mixed pretty thoroughly already. Not going to hurt for me to stir it a little bit longer. And it may make this cedar pop, and I expect this mahogany to just really pop. I hope it kind of matches the transom. I don't know that I got as much grain in here, but I guess we're getting ready to find out, huh? All right. That's another minute even since the first time. All right, so that's that. Let's, I'm going to put it on with a foam brush. This little foam brush. That way I won't have a bunch of hairs coming out of a chip brush or something. Won't feel bad about throwing it away. King Planks oak, white oak. It's going on pretty smooth. That's nice. Hope it doesn't eat this brush. It might. Oh my, I certainly have mixed up a lot. I'm just going to put this on here pretty thin. I don't want it to run. We can always do another coat on top of it. Now that oak's pretty. There's even some little places in this cedar. Cedar's so soft. There's little places where it's kind of nicked a little bit. So I think hopefully the epoxy will protect it a little bit better. Okay, that's that side. Now I can feel it getting warm. Just go slow and easy. There's no reason to hurry. You're going to be okay. It's easier to put it on there smooth than it is to sand it. I may put this in 2 different cups to try to slow down this reaction. I'm absolutely doing that. So I had poured that other half of that in this other cup. The lesson here is don't mix up too much. This went off, it ate through the cup, and then it started solidifying, and I've got a bit of a mess down here on the seat where it leaked out, and fortunately I caught it while it was still like eating the cup, and I was able to just pick the whole thing up with some paper towels, excuse me, and threw it in the trash. But yeah, lesson learned. I'm just making this foam brush a little floppy. We're getting a nice, good coat on here though. Oh, it's beautiful. Okay, this foam brush is going to hell. I actually like that better. That's the brush is better. All right, we're mixing up a smaller batch because I had a slight disaster. I had too much and I poured one in the other cup and the dang thing melted the cup and started just hardening right on the seat over here. Oh man. Okay, so I'm just going to use the little ounces and go 4 ounces and then up to 6. So that should be better. I could just do 2 and go up to 3. Let's do that. I like it. Man, that's dark. Dark, dark, dark. Come with me. So let's go back here to where we had a wet edge. And I see a couple of places where I was really trying to stretch this. And I think I'm just going to hit it lightly. Can't do this with varnish. Never go back over it. If you haven't watched the video of how I bent this in, I'll try to link at the end of this. Today's the reward for that, all that effort. I'm doing this inside first so that I'm not leaning my shirt into it. Oh, don't worry though, I'll get it all over myself. I gotta say, I'm impressed. Into the front deck here. The coaming, the rear deck. I did not do the transom. It had been coated previously and it's been sanded a little bit, but wow. Man, that coaming's just beautiful. It came around the deck, around the outside. I didn't do the inside of the deck up there. By the time I thought of it, I had too much on the coaming. I was afraid I was going to get it all over myself. Boy, I sure will be happy to get this thing moved up to the shop. Trailer's supposed to be done this week. Oh, I couldn't be happier. This is awesome. Well, I see I didn't vacuum out all the stuff under the seat over there. Still shavings from planing off the coaming. Woohoo!
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Look for the Haven 12.5 group on Facebook too.